What does your family think of you doing stand-up?
They think I'm weird. No, in the beginning, my dad hated it, and my mom. They still do. They didn't see me in London, but they came to Modi's show in London. I said that they could come after intermission, so they did.
They didn't see you?
No.
Have they ever seen you?
No.
So you got married at 17.
Yes, but really 18. In my act, I say 17 because people said 18 is not funny. They say I was 17 and my husband was 18 years older than me. So
I was engaged to someone 22 years older than me.
they think when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, 20-something years. But now that I'm older, it's like now they're really old. Like they only have like a few years left.
If you weren't doing comedy, what would you do?
Nothing.
I love that.
Welcome to Wham Bam Thank You Pam. I'm your host, Pam Gaslow, writer, former stand-up comedian, and mastermind behind the 50-year plan to success. I also learned the hard way that you don't bring your vibrator to rehab and wrote a book about it. Here we have bold, unfiltered conversations about sex, relationships, personal lives, and pop culture with a sharp, sexy, and comedic edge. Wham Bam Thank You Pam is the wildly entertaining, no-holds-barred discussion you didn't know you needed.
Welcome to Wham Bam. Thank you, Pam. I'm Pam Gaslow. Today's guest is a very funny comedian from New York City. She won the Ladies of Laughter competition in 2018. She's toured with Howie Mandel, Chelsea Handler, and the late Gilbert Gottfried, and recently opened for Modi at the Palladium in London. Olga Namer.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Something funny. Fun fact, I went to high school with Modi.
You did?
Yes. How
God.
did you hook up with him?
I did a show with him at the comic strip because I think the Donnie from Stand Up New York, he's like, oh, you should be on Modi's show. So I did that show. And then I guess he liked it. So then from that show, I did his podcast. And then I'd see him from time to time. Also, I'm friends with his rabbi.
There you go.
Like that's a mutual, yeah.
I need to get friends with some
God
rabbis.
Shout out. Who's also very funny. Very.
Modi.
He would like that.
Modi used to follow me down the hall. I mean, this was in junior high.
Really?
Follow me down the hall singing that song, She's a Rich Girl.
No.
Like follow me to my locker singing.
Really?
Yeah, it was funny. So, and that was probably the last time I saw him.
Was he funny in school?
He was funny. He was definitely different than he is now. Like, I can't explain it, but I think he's more mature now, obviously.
Where'd you grow up?
Long Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Where in Long Island?
I went to Hewlett High School.
I don't know. But
yeah.
I make it like, is that near Great Neck?
It's the South Shore. I found you on Zach Marg's page. You did a skit with him.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh my God, she's so funny.
You thought so?
Yeah, and I'm like, she's like little bitchy, and I really like that.
No, he told me to be bitchy.
Oh, he did? It
yeah,
worked.
he's like, I want you to be more New York. Like, I guess that's how they see New Yorkers. Like,
yeah, no, you did great.
Yeah, so he's like, yeah. So I tried.
No, you were perfect.
Oh,
yeah, I reached out to him. I was like, wait, Olga.
Yeah, or anything you want.
Anything I want.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's so funny. Can you connect me with her?
That's awesome.
So I want to talk about your background.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So you come from an Orthodox family.
Modern Orthodox.
Modern Orthodox. Yeah. Okay. And you grew up in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
And you have a lot of brothers and sisters, right?
I'm one of 6.
One of 6?
Yeah.
Wait, I read that you were one of 11.
From what? Never.
We need to like go back to Google and I
Where
don't know.
did you read this?
I was like, this is a part of my questions. Now you only have 6.
One out of 11? That's insane.
That's what I thought.
I'd be like, I wouldn't be normal.
I was like, I have to hear about this. This is going to change everything now.
Oh, yeah.
But 6 it's a lot.
Imagine I was like an only child and you really misread.
Wow.
No.
Don't believe everything you read on the internet,
really
I guess.
read 1 out of 11.
Oh,
That's
my
crazy.
Let's see what else. So you have 6. Okay, so where are you in there?
I am the 3rd. So it's 3 boys, 3 girls. So there was like, it's 2 boys, then me, then 2 girls, and then another boy.
Was it hard to get attention with that group? Is that why you became a comedian?
I don't know. My sister thinks like because we always fight who's the middle child. And I always I was like, I'm the middle child. Like I was the middle child for longer. Like if my brother was never born, I would still be the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm smack in between 2 boys and 2 girls.
Are you guys close?
Me and my sister.
All of you?
Yeah, we're all very close.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. I love them.
And so did you grow up religious?
Yes.
Okay.
Like no, Shabbat and holidays and very religious. I went to Yeshiva Flatbush.
Okay.
So
And are you still religious or are you kind of moved on?
I mean I still I mean I do work on Shabbat, but I still am spiritual, I guess, or like I wouldn't eat unkosher.
Okay.
So
I got that.
yeah.
So when did you start doing stand-up?
As I think I would say I took a class 10 years ago.
I took a class too.
You did?
Where'd you take it?
American Comedy Institute.
Okay. I took it at Caroline's.
Oh, that's fun.
I mean, I had experience and confidence in front of a microphone from speaking in AA meetings for so many years.
Okay. That's so funny.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I can do this. Like if I can, share at a
you like-
meeting, I could stand up on
Really?
stage in front of hundreds of people.
Did you do it?
Yeah,
For how long?
not that long.
You stopped.
I stopped.
Why?
I'm a quitter.
No, you're not.
Well, first of all, I moved to Florida.
It's hard.
And it's not the same. And it's so much anxiety for me.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could do it. It's just, I was just too anxious all day to stand up
perform.
at night for a few minutes on stage.
I mean, I think that goes away. Now I do get anxious. Like I get if it's a long set and if it's my show and the people are depending on me, I don't really like that gets me. But if it's like a spot, it's just like sometimes I'm nervous, but then it's just fun mostly. But I remember in the beginning, I'd be like, I have a show. And then all day it was like about that.
That's exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this worth it? So I write also. So I'm like, well, if I can write funny things, I don't have to do it in front of people.
That's true. Yes.
And memorize it.
Yeah. Yeah. That was in the beginning, I'd have to memorize. But now it's just very I guess it just changed. I don't know how to explain it.
No, I understand, but I wish that's amazing. Because do you still get nervous?
When it's longer shows, yeah.
Yeah. Do you like getting heckled? Like, do you welcome that?
No. I don't like it.
Does it throw you off?
No, it doesn't throw me off. I'm just if I'm getting heckled, that means someone doesn't like what I'm doing.
Or it just means
Right?
somebody's drunk.
No, because even if you're drunk, and it depends what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
I think I'd be it would be not good. I wouldn't really. No, I do not like it.
Okay.
And I wouldn't be mean back.
Oh, you wouldn't? Do you
No.
just ignore it?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's some comedians that's their whole thing.
That's their. Yeah, they like it.
That's incredible.
Is it?
I mean, to have something come at you and just be right back at them is such a talent.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what I just don't feel like that's what the craft is. I feel like it's you're doing this to bring people joy. So let's say someone comes at me, I could easily insult them and say something mean, but then I stop myself because it's I'm not here to make people feel bad.
There's two sides. So. Yeah, there's two ways of looking at it.
I also, in the club that I did, I started at, it was Governor's Comedy Club. And No, I didn't. I got most of my stage time there, and the owner doesn't like if you like yell or do anything bad to the audience members, because then he gets complaints, and like they have regulars, so like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
What does your family think of you doing stand-up?
They think I'm weird. No, no. In the beginning, my dad hated it, and my mom. They still do, I think, but then I don't know. Maybe the first time where things changed is when I invited them to come to the. It's a festival, the Chosen Comedy Festival. I wasn't in it, but it was on Coney Island, near their house.
Okay.
So I was like, "You should come. It's a Jewish thing." Like, and it was free, and free. So like so they came, and then Modi was there, and Elon Gold,
I know.
and they both said like nice things about me, and other people said, and then my mom said on the way home, my dad was like to her, "Oh, I guess that she has to be doing this or something like that."
Right.
And then they didn't, like, when COVID happened, because I was doing comedy so much, and then I was like, I didn't know where to go, because I lived in like a studio apartment. And then my dad, when I was crying, because I didn't want to stay with them in Deal and wherever they were. And then my father's like, "Well, Mimi, if you didn't make stupid life choices, you wouldn't be alone now," like that. But then, that was like, because I guess my life choices was comedy. But then it took a turn, kind of. They got to see me in London. They didn't see me in London, but they came to Modi's show in London. I said that they could come after intermission. So they did.
Then they didn't see you?
No.
Have they ever seen you?
No. Never.
Really?
Never.
That's wild. So you brought them all the way to London to a show to not see
They
you?
were going to Israel.
Okay.
So they stopped in London, and then they knew I was like performing for Modi, and I said there's no tickets. And then before the show, they're just like, "We're outside. We're just here to say hi." And then I think like my friend got them had a ticket. So I asked Leo, I was like, "My mom has a ticket, but my dad doesn't," because it was sold out. I couldn't even get tickets if I wanted, and I didn't want to ask Modi or Leo for tickets.
Right.
So then I was like, "Can my dad just sit in my green room? He won't talk or do anything."
Oh my
I just
God.
didn't want him to be alone.
Right.
And then Leo had extra tickets, so he's like, "You could take these." So then when I gave it to my parents, I was like, "Here are the tickets. You better come after intermission." I was like, "You better not come before." And they listened.
That is
I
so
hope.
funny.
Yeah.
It's but when I did stand up, which wasn't a lot, my dad was like, he showed up in one of the shows.
He did?
And I was like, "Don't come." And then somebody came and they're like, "Your dad's here." And I ran outside. I'm like, "Leave." Yeah. I was like,
It's
"You have to leave." I'm like,
nerve-wracking.
"Could you make me more anxious than I already am?" Like, "Thank you so much."
Horrible.
Horrible.
Was your set dirty?
Yeah, it was filthy.
That's the thing. Like, my set is dirty, or even if it's clean. Okay, the clean stuff. I say mean things about my parents. Do you know? I know.
That's amazing.
But I didn't, at Modi's show, I didn't say those things. And it was weird because I'm on stage and like I was like, I was like, I'm missing this clean. I know I have a clean section. I know. And then like a whole clean chunk of material. And then I ended up doing a dirty, which I didn't, like, it wasn't my plan.
Right.
But I think like maybe subconsciously, because I knew my parents were going to come back in the theater, and like they told people our daughter was the opener. So if the people would have been like, "Oh, so you're the mom that hits her kids," you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
So
nice. I love
Yeah.
you. You're so funny.
yeah. Oh, thanks. Zach was in the front.
Oh, he was? Oh, yeah, because he lives there.
And like he was literally in the front row. I just saw his face and heard his laugh.
How did you guys meet?
I was at also from Donnie, by the way.
Who's Donnie?
Donnie Zolden. He owns Stand Up New York.
Oh, okay.
So they have this show at the Brooklyn Diner, and they asked me to host it, and Zach was the headliner.
Oh, okay.
And then when I saw, so he came like a little late, and then I saw him, and I was just like, oh, hey. But it was really like telling him, how do you want me to bring you up? How, like that. I was like, hey, I'm a fan. And he goes, thanks for coming. And I was like, I mean, I'm the host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And that's what happened. I'm like looking, I was like, did she laugh? Like I'm looking over there to see whatever.
See if the audience was
Yeah,
laughing
exactly.
at you. Okay. So you got married at 17.
Yes, but really 18.
Okay, 18.
But in my act, I say 17 because people said 18's not funny. 17's funnier.
It is. I think it is. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Was this...
Because they say I was 17 and my husband was 18 years older than me.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, so that's like my joke. I have a joke like that.
So I was engaged to someone 22 years older than me.
You were?
Yeah.
But
I was like 30.
I don't think that's crazy.
It's not crazy. Listen, I think as you get older, things change,
Yeah.
But, and everybody's different at every age.
Yeah.
You can find somebody who's 50 who's old.
That too.
And then you can find someone who's like 72 who's like young.
Yeah. But I don't know. Because I think when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, 20-something years. But now that I'm older, it's like now they're really old. Like they only have like a few years left.
So what happened with this guy? Was he Orthodox?
He wasn't Orthodox. He was in my community.
Okay.
And it's just like I don't know, just like a whole like, I don't know. I'm like scared to talk about it.
Okay.
Not that I'm scared. Normally I would, but I got yelled at once.
By him?
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess now
we don't know his name.
I didn't speak to him. I know. And I didn't hear from him in like 20 years. And then he like calls me to like, don't say this. I was like, all right. I didn't even say anything bad. I said a joke. Because the people on the podcast said something about the Syrian community. And then I was like, that's not true. And then they're like, didn't your husband also get, and didn't pay taxes? Like he got indicted and whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I get why he might not want you to talk about this.
Yeah.
If you
we
weren't...
could bleep out the word indicted.
I thought. If you weren't doing comedy, what would you do?
Nothing.
I love that. I saw you on a podcast and you said you stay in shape by sleeping late and not doing anything.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Yesterday I went swimming.
Congratulations.
I know. Today I'm dead. The whole day I was like, I don't know what's up with my body. I feel so achy. And then it like occurred to me like I swam yesterday and my body's not used to movement like that.
Oh my God, girl.
I know. I need to like.
You need to start.
I wasn't out of breath. I just like was swimming.
Yeah. How many laps?
20.
Okay, that's a lot. I would be tired.
Would you?
Yeah. I'm tired
like I feel
hearing
it
about
in my body.
20? And you can really swim? Like I can't swim.
I could swim.
I can't.
I could have done more. I was just like bored. Like I did 20 and I'm like, and the pool was so windy. It wasn't like pleasant. If it was pleasant.
It wasn't perfect and it was humid.
Yeah. No, it was windy, not humid.
Okay.
And cold. It was at the end of the day.
Yeah, but 20 laps is a lot.
It is.
I mean, I learned how to swim as a kid. Obviously, I hate it. But I don't know, like when you turn your head and breathe, I can't do that.
You can't?
No, I can barely breathe right now. I'm like sick.
Really?
But yeah. I don't know. I could tread water. It's good enough, I probably won't die if I
I like swimming. I don't know why.
It's good. It's healthy.
Yeah.
I have a random question. If Sarah Silverman and Larry David had a baby, would it be you?
No, I wish. That'd be nice. I love Larry. And I love Sarah. But yeah. They're both great.
They're both great.
But yeah. I've met Sarah before.
Okay.
She's sweet.
I think I like you better.
Oh, you can't say that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure she's not watching.
Imagine she does.
What is she going to do to me?
A lot.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah.
But
But she's good. She's the first person that like, I guess because when I took the class, I thought it was a comedy acting class. I didn't know it was stand up because I was like, I didn't really grow up with stand up, and I was like, I'm not doing that. So then because I thought it was only for guys. I don't know how to explain.
You thought it was a guy's acting class?
No, I thought stand up. Like I was like,
Oh,
only guys do. Girls don't do that. Like, and then I discovered like Sarah. I thought guys and like weird girls. Like
sometimes they are.
Yeah, sometimes. A lot of times. But Sarah was like, oh, she's cool. Like she's normal. Cool. What's normal?
I don't know. So, are you single now?
I am single.
Are you
wanting to date?
How's that working out?
I don't know.
I
need to start dating. I mean, I want to, but I was like, I think, I don't know. I was not, I think I have to make healthier choices.
Oh my God, don't we all?
Yeah.
Do you get any fun DMs or like tell me like about
I do.
like
I do get DMs, but I just ignore them.
Okay.
But people say that that's where people meet people, in the DMs. But for some reason in my head, I'm like, this guy's weird.
Well, I think it's both. I think it depends because I feel like that's just a really easy way to reach out to somebody who you don't know.
Yeah.
The problem is I think a lot of them get lost because if you don't follow the person back, you can't find it. And then you find it like 3 years later.
Yes.
Or
sometimes I'll answer.
3 years later?
They'll be like, how was your weekend? And then I'll be like, I know that was 3 years ago. I think it was good.
I'd be in love.
Yeah.
So that's one issue. But then, then you have the obvious, like, desperate, like kind of losers that are just trying to get your attention. But I'm going to be honest, and I'm not going to say who, but I met a very famous Israeli actor just by DMing him.
Really?
Well, he didn't answer at first. It took a while.
How long?
Like, I would just randomly comment on his post or I don't know, just send like a little like
Is it
hi.
Zach?
No, it's not Zach. And so I would DM him and he would always ignore me. And then, but I would see that he would read it.
Consistently DM?
Not consistently, like a few times over like a 6-month period.
Oh my God.
But not like a whole message.
Is he like famous that you could?
Well, I feel like if you're famous, I feel like if your DMs are open, I'm going to write to you. What?
I never do.
Because this person lives in Israel. And I'm like, well, how else would I have no way in the world of ever getting in communication with him.
What did you say?
I don't remember. Like at first it was just like reaction to their story or like happy birthday because maybe they posted it was their birthday. Stupid nonsense. No, I wasn't like writing like I love you or like
I think you're so
right. And then what happened was then I went to Israel. And when I was there, I wrote, I'm here, I'm at the, I'm staying here. And I kind of sent like a sexy picture.
No.
And then I got a response.
What?
And I almost absolutely fainted. Yeah.
And did you meet up?
Not then.
But after.
Eventually. This whole thing was like a 6-month process. Yeah, I'm relentless.
Wait, but that's good.
I was literally
my best friend DM'd
shocked.
her husband and now they're married.
See?
But I don't ever do that.
I'm not telling you that you should. It's just I think it's incredible that you can literally reach people all over the world. Like just DM them and So I think it could be good, it could be creepy, it could be bad. I just feel like I just said to you, like if somebody's are open, because a lot of people they block you can't even message them. So I was like, well, obviously this person wants to get messages because they could easily shut it off.
Yeah, I think that's I can't even. If I match up with someone on a dating app, I won't DM them first.
I won't even like.
Do you do the apps?
I'm on there, but I've talked about this in the last podcast. I hate everybody. I don't know why I'm on there. because it's like just a vehicle for me to get angry.
It feels like a game.
It's like not a fun one.
Like meaning like, did I match? Did I not? And then I won't look at it for like
you
a
must
long.
be so hard to get. Like
I'm not hard.
You don't like. I don't respond. I don't look at it.
It's probably my fault.
It's okay.
It's bad. I should
depends
be
what you
more
want.
available. But then even if it is good and I like someone, and then it's like, okay, then they'll be like, eventually it's always like, well, what are we doing this weekend? And it's like, I have shows.
Do you invite them?
Sometimes, but then sometimes it's also annoying.
Why?
Because then I have to like, I guess then they're there and I don't feel like maybe a lot of times also some of the jokes are like, if it does get a little like more than a few dates, I want to test out jokes about them and they're there.
Yeah, it's weird.
And then I was dating this guy in the summer and he was obsessed with video games. I know, but this is what it is weird about is like, he wouldn't bother me on weekends because he was playing his video games.
Oh my God, goodbye.
But then but in my head at first I was like, oh, this person's not annoying me when I'm doing, like he's not being like, what are you doing now on Saturday? Like he's always in his game. And then I realized like, oh no, that's very bad. Because then when I was around, he's like also doing the video games.
Was he like 15 years old or what?
No, but he was a little younger.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not
that much younger, but younger.
How do you balance being like vulnerable on stage and still keeping mystery in your dating life? That's like kind of what we were just talking about. Yeah. It is hard, especially like if you're talking about sex and dating and then you have someone that you're dating coming to the show. But I feel like, I know I just asked you a question, but I feel like I'm going to answer for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer for myself. I feel like, because I remember I was newly dating someone and he's like, oh, I saw your stand-up. I'm like, oh, fuck my life. Watch it on YouTube. And then, but he's like, it's amazing. And I was like, had a heart attack. I'm like, oh, this guy's never going to talk to me again.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that I guess was very insecure on my part.
And what did the guy?
He's like, this is amazing.
Okay. So for me, like last week I did this show called like Fuckboy or whatever, like, and it's a panel, like you have to put together like a whole like slideshow thing, and I ended up, the guy who I did it about, I like messaged him because I asked him, I was like, because they asked for like a list of red flags, so I wanted to be like, and I used a different name, but I was like, is it okay if I say that you are in Jeffrey Epstein's book? Like his,
was he?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And he's like, of course, like that. And then he was like naming all like other red flags that like, but they were like, I didn't want to say those things. And I was like, no, I'm keeping it PG. And he's like, why? You talk about blowjobs and hand jobs. And I was like, yeah, but that's like jokes. Cause it feels like a generalization.
Exactly, right.
When it's like a specific person that like, that to me feels very like, I can't joke about that.
What, you were going to say his name, you mean?
No, I didn't say his name, but if I'm going to say something red flag that's like weird that I don't want people to know because it's a specific person. Mm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. I get it.
So I think with the whole like being vulnerable on stage, I mean, it's always like, yeah, but I'm joking with that.
Right.
But I'm not. I mean, it stems from like a truth, but
of course,
it's not like I'm not saying like, Tom, I was giving Tom a hand job and like I'm saying, you know? Yeah.
I heard that you were considering moving to Florida. Is this true?
I saw you talking about it. Article?
Yes.
Where 1 in 11 kids?
Yeah, no. Yeah. No, I heard you talking about it with, what's your friend?
Ted Jones?
Yes.
I was just with him today.
I saw on your Instagram, not stalking you.
He thinks I'm moving to Florida or London. And I was like, that's just because I just happened to be in Florida and London this year. Like, I was like, it doesn't mean I'm moving,
Yeah,
I would love to live in Florida in the winter
exactly.
for sure.
I'm going to tell you just so you know, there are people here that name their dogs like Britney Spears and Justin Bieber.
Really?
Yeah, I've met them.
No way. But that's cute. You
Is
don't
it?
like it?
There's a lunatic
Do
who
they
lives
call
around.
it like Britney Spears?
Yeah,
come here.
there's a lunatic around the corner from me. She's always at this bar pizza place, and she's like, Britney Spears, Britney Spears. And I'm just like,
wait, what is the bar pizza place called?
Lucali.
I think I know.
It's-
There's a place that I go to with my friend, and I love it
What is it?
much. It is a pizza place, but I don't know. I'm not gonna remember it.
But whose
Yeah.
dog has a last name? I mean, this is
Britney
just
Spears. Yeah,
this is just unwell.
like
This
that
is just
is the problem. It
it's-
has a last name.
this is the
Yeah.
whole problem with Florida, that somebody named their dog Britney Spears. You can just sum it up with that.
And then Justin Bieber is
That was another dog I met at a pet store, and I'm just,
like two separate people.
yes, these are two completely different people.
What do you think it is?
Mental illness.
No. No way.
What do you think it is?
I think like
You don't
people-
think that this
I
is
think
like
that they just have like people are just like having so much fun here.
you? I love that attitude.
They are.
See, this is like the glass half full and the glass,
You think?
half empty.
Wait, how long
I think
are
that's
you living
insane.
here for?
10 years.
And why'd you move here?
I moved because of the weather.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And
But-
the people,
No, they suck.
all of them.
Not all of them, like 99%. What I didn't realize though, because I moved in December, was that when May comes around, it's like horrible.
Horrible.
So
did
it's
you leave
literally,
in May?
I try. I
Wow.
did for the first few years. I used to go back to New York,
Okay.
but now I just try to travel. But I mean, summer is literally 6 months here. It's not.
And it's very hot.
It's very unpleasant. And you're complaining about the humidity.
What do you think is worse? Winter, like freezing in New York,
That's
or
worse.
summer here?
It's worse. Freezing in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
is.
I did it for 21 years.
It's hard.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the seasonal depression was off the charts.
That's the thing. I just sit home in New York. Like I don't wake up. Today I woke up late here, but in New York I'll wake up so late. And then when I was like in Florida a few times this winter, I did realize that, I'm waking up late in New York because it's so cold, and it's like, what's the point?
I did the same thing. I would wake up so late that by the time I was done with
bad.
lunch, it would be getting dark.
Yeah.
In the winter. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, this
I
isn't
think
helping.
I don't get sunlight.
No, it's terrible.
It's very cold.
I had a therapist tell me to get a light box. This was like 20 years ago, which is basically just a plastic box with like some kind of bulb in it that's supposed to simulate sunlight for depression.
Oh my God.
Wait, so the box showed up and the bulbs were smashed.
No.
Like the bulbs were all fucking smashed in the box.
Is that your sign?
Exactly. And then I
That's
ordered new
wild.
bulbs, and I was like, okay, so I'm sitting in front of a plastic box with light bulbs. Like, no, I need to move. Like, this is not,
It's bad.
nothing helped. Nothing helped.
I sometimes
trade-offs.
don't leave my house till 6.
Oh, I didn't leave my house for days.
Days.
Yeah.
No, well, I always think I'd have to
Go
I
somewhere at
out
night.
for a show.
Right.
But like before that, it's like, so my nights are long. Then I'll come home and like, okay, I'll go for matcha or something and I'll write, or I'll have something to do, but it's really just because I'm like, all right, get out a little.
No,
And even-
100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's funny. I was going to read this to you. I wrote a piece for Newsbreak called I Live in Florida and It's Not Funny.
Okay.
This is
wait.
going to be your warning.
No.
And so it says,
I might.
if
though.
you're considering moving to South Florida, you should first ask yourself the following questions. Do you like sharks where you swim? Pressing 2 for English? Twerking at red lights? Do you like 30 inches of rain in an hour and news stories about parents leaving their kids in boiling hot cars for days by accident? If you answered no, move somewhere else. Florida is a ridiculous place. People walk on highways. Summer is 7 months long, and snakes come out of the toilet bowl.
Do they?
A snake has never come out of my toilet
Oh.
bowl, but it's something to worry about at night.
What's worse, that or rats?
It's a tough one.
Like a
And then
a
the
mouse and
comments.
you-
Wait, the comments for
Yeah.
this story were brutal. Like some
What
of
they
them were
say?
like, "This girl's a complete asshole, and none of this is true." And then people are like, "This is the funniest thing. I've lived here 20 years." Of course, a snake hasn't come out of my toilet bowl. Can it happen? Yeah, but I'm just like, come on, like. And everyone in Florida owns like a boat or a gun.
Yeah.
So you would have to get like one or the other.
Yeah.
Or both. Some people have
Both.
both. Yeah.
The gun thing is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just I went home with a guy. I was in Palm Beach though, and he just came to
You don't
my-
need a gun in for a Palm Beach
I know,
guy.
and he was emptying out his pockets. We were in a friend's hotel. It wasn't like anything, but he was coming over and he's just emptying out his pockets, and he's like, "Oh, I have a gun."
In his pocket.
Yeah, he's like, "Do you feel safe?" And I was like, "No." Right? Like, I
Wait.
don't feel safe.
This was in a hotel room with him?
Yeah. It's our friend's hotel. So like just went back to the room. We didn't really do anything crazy. Like we were hanging out in the room, but he was emptying out his pockets and he's like, "Oh yeah, I have a gun. Do you feel safe?" And I said, "No."
What else
And then I
happened?
said, I do have a joke about this. I love it. I was like, but I didn't say that because he had a gun. So I was like, "Yeah, you're so hot." It's like-
Oh my God.
And then I said, in the joke, I say we ended up sleeping together because there was a gun to my head. And
Wait, but okay, first of all,
we
did
didn't
you?
sleep together.
Okay.
No.
But I have a similar story.
But that's crazy. Yeah. Like here, that could happen. Like you're just walking and then you meet a guy and all of a sudden, I asked him once he said that his gun fell out in the middle of a dance party.
Oh my God.
And everyone was like, "God."
You do not hold a gun in your pocket. What is wrong with everyone?
It's wild.
When I lived in Delray Beach, I lived in Delray before Miami, and my dad's like, "You need to get a gun." And
No.
I'm like, "Do they make like Hello Kitty guns? Like, I would carry one of those,
I'd be so scared that I
I-
would like shoot myself by
I would
mistake.
I know they make Hello Kitty guns. I looked it up, but my dad's
She's like, "I have one."
she said, like, I looked it
And
up.
you're like, "Do you want to hold it? Do you feel safe?" It's here
But it's
in my
like,
pocket.
would I ever use it? I would just
I
tell
would
people
never
I had.
use it.
Thank you. Right. That's why I'm not getting one.
If I was like, I mean,
Like,
God
I would get
forbid,
killed
but
before I
let's
got
say
used
someone's
to-
like, God forbid, a billion times, "Give me all your money," then you'd be like, how embarrassing to be killed with a Hello Kitty gun, by the way. That's a funny scene if you take it out and they're like, "Is that Hello Kitty?" You're
Yeah.
like,
Those,
"Yes."
so these are, I know you're not really serious, but these are things to think about if you are going to move to Florida. But the good news is you can go on your terrace naked on Christmas Day. and
Everyone
you're not
will
gonna be
see you
cold.
though.
Well, not if you face the water like I do.
Okay.
I suggest getting an apartment like where there's no buildings in front of you.
Yes.
So you could like have sex on your terrace, and
That's fun, I
that's like
guess.
one of the perks of living
Where
here.
do you live? Where?
I
where,
can't tell you that.
Not
now.
where do you live? What area do you suggest to live?
You can live in my building.
No, but where?
Where in Miami?
In Miami, or would you say maybe Boca or Palm Beach
Please,
or Del
you can't go to
Rey?
Boca.
No, why?
No, I'll let you go to Palm Beach.
I love Palm
You're
Beach.
too young to
Oh my
go to
God, it's my
Boca.
favorite.
You're too young for Boca.
I want to live in Palm Beach.
Okay, good. You should.
It's nice.
It's beautiful.
That's where my friend. Yeah, so I do comedy shows there.
I'll come visit.
Yeah, you should.
And yeah,
It's very chill. I mean, it is older.
it's older, but also younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
Uh-huh.
feel like that community gets small fast, but I think any place does. I'm over everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm the worst person to ask anything like this. Like I have a very, very bad attitude. Maybe
No, you don't.
ask somebody else.
No, you don't. But you said I could live in your building.
We'll talk about it.
Is it fun? But you don't have a restaurant.
Oh my God, I can't. There's like 20 across the street.
Oh, okay,
You'll be
that's
okay.
fun, that's
And
fun.
a supermarket. You're going to make it.
I think it's fun. I mean, I would live here. I think it's fun if I could visit more.
Yeah. If you can spend as much time as possible here during the winter and never come here in the summer,
Yeah.
you'll be great.
And that would be great.
Yeah.
I have to figure that out.
Well, this has been very fun.
Thank you. Thank you for having
And
me.
I'm probably going to come stalk you tonight.
Come to
Yeah.
the show. Yeah.
You're not going to like use any material from
no,
here, right?
no,
Okay.
no. But I'll do that gun joke. You'd be like, I heard this.
I'm sending you a Hello
In Florida,
Kitty gun.
they don't find it funny.
I'm definitely
They're like,
sending
"What's
you
so-"
something like
Yeah.
a Hello Kitty gun. So where can people find you, watch you, see you?
My social media, I guess, is Olga Namer, OLGA, last name NAMER. And
Don't DM her. She's not going to
no,
respond.
DM me if you're hot. I will. I'm going to be more open to it.
I'm sure.
I want to.
I wish you all the best in that.
Why is he laughing?
What? All right. Thank you again for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Okay.